Hello and welcome to the broadcast table for another edition of Quinnipiac men's basketball. Today the Bobcats taking on the Manhattan Jaspers. I'm Noah Epstein alongside Ross Megal. We have Super Bowl 56 coming up later tonight. I'm so excited for it.
Oh yeah.
Rams taking on the Bengals. A Ram is more of a physically dominant player. A Bengal more of a quick, stealthy, agile player. Ross, who is your Rams pick for tonight? Tune into the newest episode of Bobcat Banter live from Atlantic City. Eric Kerr, Jack Main, Riley Millette, and Toyloy Brown III and myself talk about the MAC tournaments where the Quinnipiac men's and women's team are both in the semifinals. Listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Happy New Year!
It's the first game back of 2022 here at People's United Center. We have women's basketball up against Monmouth University. Now, Noah, what are you excited to see in this new year?
I'm excited to see the change for Monmouth at coach Ginny Bogus. Now, this is Bogus' first year as head coach for the Hawks. Quinnipiac has an 11-game winning streak against the Hawks, but this is the first time they're facing Bogus. Bogus has led her team to a 6-4 record this year with a 1-0 conference record after beating Iona in their first game of conference play. The Hawks have never started 2-0 in the conference in a season. They have a chance to do that tonight against Quinnipiac.
From the field, and I think that he is the Bengal player of the day for Manhattan.
All right, Rams and Bengals is later. For right now, it's Quinnipiac and Manhattan on the Quinnipiac Bobcat Sports Network. I'm here at Hamden Middle School, where families are getting free groceries from 5:30 to 6:30 today. The groceries are distributed to the families by Hamden Public Schools and the town of Hamden in a monthly food drive at the middle school. The food drive usually gets around 180 to 200 families attending, with each group getting one family portion of groceries. Hector Velasquez Jr. is the facilitator for the drive, and he says the foods are of extremely high quality.
Blueberries, strawberries, from melons all the way to oranges, apples, even Brussels sprouts, onions, potatoes, you name it, it's been there.
Velasquez joined the Hamden Food Task Force Committee 3 years ago to help people that have limited food resources in the lower side of the town. Since the pandemic, the school district has started these monthly distributions with a lot of help from Hamden's Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT.
They get the all-star MVP every month because CERT comes through and they are the ones who help us out the most.
Along with CERT helping a lot, they've also gotten help from National Guards, senators, town officials, as well as the police department and fire department for certain food drives. Today, Girl Scouts from Hamden are helping out with the distribution. While the food drive is open to everyone, Velasquez made it clear that the intention is helping those in need.
So that way we can help these folks do what they need to do to survive, but also not worry about food and the supplements that they need on a daily basis.
You can find information for the upcoming food drives on Facebook and on Hamden.com. Reporting for QNN, I'm Noah Epstein. Last week, the Yale community was saddened to hear about the passing of Sam Burrell. Burrell, who passed away at age 89, coached baseball and football at Yale from 1969 to 1992. In 1991, Burrell was a Yale freshman football assistant coach, where he worked under head coach Larry Ciotti.
He was on the staff before I was. And so he knew the procedures more than I did because I came right from high school. I was a high school football coach when I was hired here at Yale. And so he knew the players, he knew the types of kids that we had at Yale. So he helped me out right away on how to handle them.
Aside from coaching, Burrell was also heavily involved in outreach programs and special projects, including the Yale Youth Days program, in which he got kids to participate in activities and clinics and then go to the football games. Burrell did a lot for the African American community, particularly. He had Yale athletes reach out to local elementary schools for community service and had them talk with lots of African American children.
That was, very impactful for not only for those children, but also for our football players as well. So Sam did that for the town.
Steve Kahn works in Yale Athletics and has known Burrell for the past 35 years.
Sam was the ray of sunshine that would come walking into my office every other week or so with projects that he's working on, looking for information to help support what he's doing with outreach activities involving Yale Athletics and the New Haven community.
Kahn remembers Burrell for his positive mindset and for how much he cared about the people around him.
Whether it was taking a young kid who needed to learn about the community out to lunch, or setting somebody up with an interview, or figuring out how someone can be somewhere at a certain time with some sort of issue in hand. Sam was the guy who was figuring it out and trying to help everybody. He was a mensch.
Sam Burrell is remembered by everyone he's worked with, but his legacy extends beyond that. Yale Athletics was forever changed by Burrell, and the community will always remember him.
Manfred is robbing us of our American pastime. Noah, please give me some happier sports news.
Well, guys, unfortunately, I can't do that for you. Opening day is still scheduled for March 31st, but it's in serious jeopardy. Today, the Owners and Players Association had their 6th meeting in 78 days since the lockout started. The meeting lasted just 15 minutes, and no deal was made. MLB set a deadline that expires in 11 days to start opening day on time. So we'll be on the lookout for any changes over the next week. As for now, spring training workouts are not going on, and they were supposed to start today. Baseball season attempting to get underway. As for football season, it ended on Sunday with Super Bowl 56 between the Rams and Bengals. Joe Burrow and the Bengals were looking to complete their Cinderella story, while Matthew Stafford was looking for his first ring in his first year in LA. The first score of the game was a Matt Stafford touchdown pass to Odell Beckham Jr. to put the Rams up 7-0. The next touchdown was also from Stafford, this one to Cooper Kupp, but the Bengals answered right back with Joe Mixon throwing to T. Higgins in the end zone. Higgins then scored on the first play of the third quarter from a Joe Burrow deep ball that went for 75 yards to give the Bengals the lead. They held that lead until under 2 minutes to go in the game when Stafford found Kupp for what would be the game-winning touchdown. The Rams beat the Bengals 23-20 to win their second ever Super Bowl, their first being in 1999. Both Olympics U.S. hockey teams had their runs come to an end in the last couple days. The men's team played Slovakia in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. They were up 2-1 before Slovakia tied the game with 44 seconds left in regulation and then won in a shootout. As for the women's team, they advanced to the gold medal game after beating Finland in the semis on Monday 4-1. They lost in the finals earlier today to Canada 3-2. Staying on the ice, we'll go to Quinnipiac Bobcats hockey now. The QU women's team has won 3 straight games against Dartmouth, Harvard, and RPI and is ranked number 9 in the country. The Bobcats will play Yale on Friday for the 3rd time this season, looking to sweep after winning the first 2 matchups. The men's team is coming off a 3-1 loss at Clarkson and dropped to number 4 in the nation. Quinnipiac will play Dartmouth and Harvard this weekend. All right, that's all I have for sports. Back to you guys. He has Savion Lewis on him. Eddard now with the ball at the top of the key. Drame floats to Nadefo and he throws it down! Alley-oop to Nadefo over 2 Bobcats. The pitch is hit in the air to deep left center field. Back goes Metzer to the wall, and it is gone! Yes, sir! A 2-run home run from Michael Cohn. And the Bobcats now trail 7-5.
That is Cohn's 6th home run of the year and drives in 2 to bring it within 2.
Now it's Eddard. Drame has Belanc on him. Out to Banks for 3. It's good! Darryl Banks the 3rd from downtown, and St. Peter's now is a 5-point lead.
Second, Kyle Maves on first. Pitch is hit in the air, and it will fall in front of Woods. Here comes Tuffy to the plate, and he is safe! And the Bobcats win! It's a walk-off single for Jared Zimbardo, and the Bobcats win 5-4.
Here out of O'Connor. Pitch is roped into right center field. Back goes Chatfield to the wall, and it is gone! Yes, sir! A huge two-run home run from Keegan O'Connor, and the Bobcats are not done yet. They now trail 8-7.